Now we are going to short tour to Oxford University. University এলাকাটা অনেক বড়, বাট আমাদের হাতে যেহেতু টাইম লিমিটেড, সো উইল ট্রাই আওয়ার বেস্ট। সো প্রফেসর ডেনিস নোবেল আমাদেরকে একটা ছোট একটা ট্যুর দেবেন, ট্যুরে সব কিছু উনি এক্সপ্লেন করবে। সো স্টে উইথ মি, লেটস সি হোয়াট হি সেড।
So they could easily fit into these small classrooms, which are called the schools. That was the origin of the university. We think it was somewhere in the 12th century. That's 800 years ago. And you'll learn more about the 12th century tonight in the concert, because we're going to sing some of the songs from Europe that come from the 12th century. We'll tell you more about that during the concert. And I'm losing my gown, so I better try and put it firmly back on. Okay, let's move along then. And now we go through here again. Silence! Okay. It's also one of the most iconic collections of architecture in the universities, often filmed, of course. The building in the center there is called a camera. Now, you know what a camera is, but you probably don't know that it originally meant a room. Those of you who might have learnt a bit of French, for example, will know that it's chambre. And tonight you'll learn that it's actually cambro in Occitan, because we'll be singing in that language. But the key thing is, what was a camera? It was just a big room, and that's exactly what that is. That's the reading room of the library, where people go and collect whatever book it is they want to read and read in there. And there are tunnels underneath here, tunnels all the way into the main library and into other places too. So that's the big function of that building. This building is another college. That's called Brazeno's College.
So many students from East London and with their parents.
To enter one of the colleges of the university, it happens to be my own, Baul College. It also educated prime ministers.
Did you turn down one of the Clintons?
It was Bill Clinton.
Bill Clinton.
Poor Bill Clinton, he got turned down here, so he had to go to the next college. Now,
He didn't get in.
the next college is just over there. I haven't got time to go into it, but I can tell you something very interesting about it. There is somebody there who's quite famous, and is from your school. And she's Rashnari Ali. Yes, well, Rashnara Ali, isn't it?
Oh, very good.
There you are, okay. Now, that tells you something, doesn't it? Because she came from your school, and she went to very prestigious, it's one of the richest colleges actually, St. John's, and very famous too. Again, it tells you something important. You don't have to worry too much about the background you come from, whether it's poor or rich or whatever. The only thing that people are interested in here is how intelligent you are, how much you know, and how keen you are to know more and to learn. That's the thing that will get you into university if you want to try that.
Rosnar Ali. No, not this one. This is one behind. You
There's
can't
one
see.
over
This
there.
is all Baul.
Just on the other side of that building
This is all Baul.
is St. John's, and that's where she went.
Did you want them gathered in the...
I think we could do that, yes, we can get
Or
one
did
more.
you were thinking of the hall as well?
That there is a garden here. It's a very good garden. And if you wanted to spend a day or two just studying what the gardener here has tried to do. Why is that important? Why do we see images of poets sitting in a nice garden? Or musicians being inspired by a lovely garden? What was, okay, you answer the question.
It's because nature is peaceful.
Nature.
Yes.
That's part of the answer. Yes, exactly.
She said nature is because nature is beautiful.
And it is because nature. I don't hear very well. What's your reason?
So they can be inspired and have more creativity.
Yes, it does. It motivates.
Yeah.
Absolutely so. It inspires. And we encourage the students at this college to use this grass and to be able to, of course, today is not the brilliant summer day that we hoped, but what you would find on a day of brilliant sunshine is lots of students gathering in groups here, having their lunch or just simply watching and thinking. So that's also part of education. It's part of what inspires us. What is thought to have inspired Newton to make his discovery of gravity? Any offers? An apple. You lot do know a few things. Yes. Good. This is the doctor's gown of University College London. This bit, it's fallen over. Yeah, bring it over. That's right. This bit is from the University of Bordeaux, which comes from the part of France which sings in the language Occitan, which we're going to sing tonight because we're going to sing the Occitan troubadours from the 12th century and today. So it's got a connection, as you can see, because this is one of the central cities in that part of France. Okay, a little bit more about my background. After I made my discovery of the mechanism of the heartbeat in 1960 at University College London, I was then invited to come here to set up a heart laboratory because there wasn't one here. And so I developed the whole of the heart physiology, heart biochemistry studies here in Oxford University. So there's my background. But again, like what His Excellency Anwar Chowdhury has told you, it really doesn't require, I know it's terrible, isn't it? It keeps on going down. I tell you what, I'll hold it. There you go. We'll keep it there. Yes. Anyway, as I've emphasized several times over, you don't need to worry about the nature of your background, whether it's rich or poor. Well, all we're interested in is how you're thinking. Can you benefit from the kind of education that a university like this can give? So what I'll do now is just to be open to any questions you might have, and then we'll slowly wander back to the Sheldonian Theatre.
So আমরা ব্যাক টু শেলডনিয়ান থিয়েটার। এখানে খুশবু বিজি আছে, সবাই ইন্টারভিউ নিচ্ছে। এখন থেকে আরেকজনের খুশবু ইন্টারভিউ নিচ্ছে। লুকস গুড দো। সব স্টুডেন্টরা ব্যাক করছে। So program start হবে at 6 o'clock. Light, camera, action.
প্রিয় দর্শক, আপনারা দেখতে পাচ্ছেন অলরেডি সব দর্শক কিন্তু পৌঁছে গেছে আমাদের শেলডনিয়ান থিয়েটারে। তো এর মধ্যে আমরা পেয়ে গিয়েছি আমাদের ডক্টর সানোয়ার চৌধুরী, হু ইজ ওয়ান অফ দ্য অর্গানাইজার্স অ্যান্ড ফাউন্ডার মেম্বার অফ CUBBC। তো ভাইয়া কেমন লাগছে এখানে এত চমৎকার উৎসবমুখর পরিবেশে?
I'm feeling very good, very excited. Look at the mix of people here, the children that have come to join in the celebration of British Bangladeshi culture. This is what today is all about. Within the University of Oxford, the highest seat of learning within the United Kingdom, people are here enjoying a beautiful day, enjoying beautiful culture. And look at the color that you see everywhere. It's wonderful. Even my shirt is very colorful.
আমরা বাংলাদেশি জাতি হিসেবে কালারফুল জাতি, এবং এই কালারফুল একটা কম্বিনেশন মিক্স হতে যাচ্ছে ইউরোপিয়ান কালচারের সাথে, ইউরোপিয়ান ফুডের সাথে। তো আপনারা আগামী বছরও কি এরকম কিছু নিয়ে চিন্তা করছেন কিনা?
হ্যাঁ, আমরা প্রত্যেকটা বছর একটা প্রোগ্রাম করব। আমরা লালন নিয়ে হয়তো নেক্সট ইয়ার উই আর থিঙ্কিং অ্যাবাউট ডুইং এ প্রোগ্রাম। সো অনেক কিছু নিয়ে আমরা কালচারটা স্প্রেড করব। সো থ্রু মিউজিক, থ্রু কালচার উই আর গোইং টু অ্যাসিমিলেট উইদিন দি ব্রিটিশ বাংলাদেশি framework.
Yeah, that's really great initiative. Thank you so much, Bhaiya, for arranging such a lovely event, and congratulations for this beautiful event.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. INTV যারা দর্শক আছেন দেখছেন, আমরা কিন্তু খুবই এক্সাইটমেন্টের সাথে অপেক্ষা করছি আমাদের সন্ধ্যার কনসার্টের জন্য। আই হোপ আপনারাও একইভাবে আমার মতো এক্সাইটেড। আয়নের সাথেই থাকুন, এক্সাইটেড থাকুন।
Stage. Before the national anthem starts, I would like to request for the guests to stand up and take part with the national anthem, please.
may have begun far earlier than we thought possible. So, what is this? What is this evening about? Dennis, maybe you can start me off.
Yes, I will explain how I came to meet 2 years ago, around the time of the beginning of the pandemic, with the famous curry artist, Aziz Rahman, and with His Excellency Anwar Chowdhury, and over a meal in Aziz's restaurant, we asked the question, was it conceivable that way back in medieval times, the Bengali musicians, the minstrels of Bengal, knew about the minstrels performing in Europe, particularly in the south of France, called the Occitan troubadours? Well, you bet they did. Because we know that Persian mystics, Rumi amongst them, must have traveled between East and West. The Silk Road did not just transport silk and other products, it transported the ideas. So we conceived an experiment which we're going to perform tonight.
Now this is a break time. সবার জন্য 20 minute break. এতক্ষণ আমার ফোনে চার্জ ছিল না দেখে আমি সবকিছু রেকর্ড করতে পারি না, বাট I'll try to catch up. ইনি হচ্ছে এখানে টুপি পরা, উনি হচ্ছে কবির চাচা, 102 years old, OBE. So সবাই আসলে অনেক এনজয় করতেছে. Most of the people from East London and around the country.
I'm going to hand this certificate of a lifetime award for our beloved Himanshu Dada, as we call him. And Professor Dennis Noble is going to hand a trophy that goes with it. And he needs 3 hands now.
বন্ধুরা যত দোষী তোমার লাগিয়া তোমার কি মায়া লাগে না আমার দুঃখ দেখিয়া প্রাণ বন্ধুয়া যত দোষী তোমার লাগিয়া
Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Brazeno.
So guys, program finished for today. So আজকে এই পর্যন্তই প্রোগ্রাম শেষ আজকে almost half empty সবাই বাসায় চলে যাচ্ছে maximum people came from London basically so they have to all the way go back to London 1.5 hour journey আমরা ব্যাক করবো লন্ডনে। তো আজকে পর্যন্ত ইনশাল্লাহ আপনারা ভালো থাকেন সুস্থ থাকেন দেখা হবে নেক্সট ভিডিওতে। আল্লাহ হাফেজ, আসসালামু আলাইকুম।